This is the VVM Podcast, where artificial intelligence meets the forefront of human curiosity.
Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. Feels like AI is everywhere these days. Every time I turn around, there's a new headline about it doing something amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe a little scary sometimes, too.
Definitely.
But today, we're going deep into the heart of AI in 2024. We're trying to figure out, really, what's going on. Got 3 reports in front of us. The 2024 AI Index Report, the 2024 Tech Trends Report from Deloitte, and then Deloitte's separate State of Generative AI report.
Having all those reports gives us a really unique chance to see AI from all these different angles.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the big picture. We can see how AI is changing specific industries and how companies are actually using it, like, on the ground.
Yeah, it's almost like having a backstage pass to the AI revolution.
Totally.
But instead of getting bogged down with all the technical stuff, we want to give everyone a clear picture of what this all means.
Yeah.
What's real, what's hype, and what should be paying attention to. What's important.
And one thing that is definitely not hype is just how much AI has changed, even in the last year. The Deloitte Tech Trends Report really lays this out. They say 2023 was a turning point for AI, largely because of these large language models, the LLMs.
Right.
They suddenly became, practical in the real world.
Think about it. Just a few years ago, AI was like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
Now we're using it to write emails, create images, compose music even.
All the time.
I know. And the Deloitte report really gets into not just how cool this tech is, but how it's actually changing industries.
Yeah, and one area where AI is making a huge impact, one that's really impossible to ignore, is pharmaceuticals and life sciences.
Right.
We're talking about breakthroughs that could change how we treat diseases, how we develop new drugs.
So huge stuff.
Huge stuff. Remember AlphaFold?
Oh, of course. The one that mapped out the 3D structure of basically every human protein, right?
Exactly. And that was a project that scientists thought would take, decades, maybe even longer.
Yeah, some people even thought it was impossible.
Right. And AI did it in, way less time.
Crazy.
And the thing is, a protein's shape determines its function. So knowing those shapes is it could be the key to making all new kinds of medicine.
That is mind-blowing.
It really is.
Okay, but it's not just healthcare. The Deloitte Generative AI report, it reveals something super interesting about how businesses are actually using AI right now.
Yeah, so it's not just experimenting anymore. It's companies are putting their money where their mouth is.
They're going for it.
They're going for it. 67%, a full 67% of the organizations they surveyed are increasing their generative AI investments.
Whoa.
And the reason, they're already seeing positive results.
That's huge.
They even share this anecdote about a banking executive. He was saying that basically seeing generative AI actually work, that's what convinced the leadership to invest even more in it. So it's not just hype, it's becoming very real.
So the hype is meeting reality.
It really is.
But scaling up this tech, taking it from a few small projects to something a whole company can use.
Yeah.
That's where the real challenges come in.
For sure.
And even though a lot of companies in the Deloitte report say they're ready for the data part, they're not as confident about something else.
Well, yeah, risk and governance are a big one.
Risk and governance, right?
They might have all the data they need, but are they managing the potential downsides of AI? That's the question.
It's like having a really fast car, but you don't know the rules of the road.
Perfect analogy.
Makes you think, are companies jumping in too fast without thinking about the consequences? Maybe they need to slow down a bit, make sure they've got the right, the right guardrails in place?
Yeah, and that brings up this whole conversation about AI regulation.
Right.
We're seeing governments everywhere trying to figure out how to control this technology.
That's a hot topic.
It is, and Deloitte found that 78% of leaders actually think more regulation is needed. But at the same time, so many companies are struggling because, the rules aren't clear yet.
Right, that makes sense.
There's a lot of worry about how these regulations will actually be interpreted and enforced. And that uncertainty, it could really hold back progress in certain areas.
It's like they're being asked to navigate a maze, but they're blindfolded.
That's a good way to put it.
And in the middle of all of this, companies still need to prove that their AI investments are worth it, right?
Yeah, especially as those early projects, those proof of concept things move into the real world.
Exactly.
But here's a finding from Deloitte that surprised me. 41% of organizations are actually struggling to measure the real impact of their generative AI work. They don't even know if it's working.
Wow.
It's they're throwing money at it, but they can't say for sure if it's making a difference.
So it's a classic case of show me the money, right?
Exactly.
Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the people behind all of this AI. The AI Index report, it had some pretty eye-opening data about where the top AI talent is going.
It turns out there's been a huge shift of experts from academia to industry. Everybody wants a piece of the AI pie these days.
Yeah, it seems like it.
And the numbers are pretty striking. In 2022, over 70% of new AI PhD grads, in the US and Canada at least, went straight into industry jobs, and only 20% stayed in academia.
That's a huge difference.
It really makes you wonder what's going to happen to research and development if all the best minds are going to these big tech companies.
It's a valid question, and one we'll definitely need to dig into more.
Yeah.
But for now, let's see what the public is saying about all of this. Again, the AI Index report gives us some insight.
It's interesting because global awareness of AI, it's definitely growing, but it seems like that awareness is coming with a bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag for sure.
Yeah, you're right. The report talks about this survey where they found that 66% of people, 66%, now believe AI will have a major impact on their lives within the next 3 to 5 years. And on top of that, more than half, 52% to be exact, said they're nervous about AI products and services.
Yeah, so people are excited, right? But they're also a little scared. It's like we're standing at the edge of something new and we're not quite sure what we'll find.
It's like this love-hate relationship with technology, I think.
Totally.
And that's why it's more important than ever to have these, open and honest conversations about AI, address these fears, and make sure this technology is used for good.
I completely agree. And that's exactly what we're trying to do today. Cut through the hype, give everyone the knowledge they need to make sense of this new world of AI.
Totally.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everyone, as we dive even deeper into these reports. We'll be talking about the risks, the regulations, and what it all means for the future of AI.
Should be a good one.
Definitely.
Buckle up. That shift of AI talent to industry, all those experts going from universities to companies.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what does that mean for open research, for collaboration?
That's a great point. It's almost like a brain drain.
Right.
All the experts are going to these big corporations.
Yeah, and the AI Index report backs that up.
Yeah.
They say industry is really taking over cutting-edge research. Like in 2023, companies created 51 major machine learning models.
Wow.
And universities only created 15.
So it's not even close.
It's not even close.
Wow.
And it's not just about the number of models either.
Yeah.
The report talks about how expensive it is to train these AI systems now.
Oh, yeah.
They need so much data, so much computing power.
It's getting crazy expensive.
It's crazy. Most academic researchers just can't afford it.
They showed a chart in the report
Yeah.
about how these training costs have just exploded.
It's wild.
Remember GPT-3, that language model from a few years ago?
Yeah.
The report said it cost tens of millions of dollars to train.
I know. It's insane.
That's a crazy amount of money.
It's a huge barrier for anyone who's not in one of these big, well-funded labs.
So are we headed towards a future where only a few companies control the most powerful AI?
It's a real possibility.
What can we do about it?
I mean, could we encourage more partnerships between industry and universities?
That's a good idea.
Or what if there were incentives for companies to share their knowledge?
Yeah, some kind of reward system, maybe?
Right, like tax breaks, something like that.
Make it beneficial for everyone.
Exactly. So industry gets access to more talent, more ideas.
And everyone benefits from the progress.
Exactly.
It's a tough problem to solve.
It really is.
But it's super important to find solutions.
Totally. We need to make sure AI benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Right. We can't let it become this exclusive club.
Exactly.
Speaking of risks, the AI Index report talks about some potential downsides of AI, too.
Yeah, like the possibility of it being used for bad things.
Right. We've already seen it with misinformation and deepfakes.
Oh, yeah.
Those super realistic videos that can make anyone look like they're saying or doing anything.
It's scary how good they've gotten.
It's really unsettling.
The report says that since 2013, incidents of AI being misused or used in harmful ways, they've gone up by more than 20 times.
Whoa, that's a huge increase.
It's a lot.
It really emphasizes how important it is to have ethical guidelines, to have safeguards to prevent AI from being used for the wrong reasons.
And those safeguards need to address another issue, too. AI bias.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
AI systems, they learn from data, right?
Right.
So they can pick up the biases that are already in that data.
Yeah.
And they can even make them worse.
So it's like garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
Right.
And that can lead to unfair outcomes, especially for groups that are already marginalized.
It's like If an AI system is trained on data that reflects existing prejudices,
Right.
it could just perpetuate those biases,
Yeah.
even if that's not the intention.
Exactly. The report gives a few examples, like facial recognition systems.
Okay.
They sometimes have a harder time accurately identifying people of color.
And those kinds of biases can have real-world consequences, right?
Absolutely. Like in law enforcement or hiring.
It's crucial that we fix these ethical problems if we want AI to be a force for good.
Totally.
And this is where regulation comes back into play, right?
Yeah.
The AI Index report tracks global efforts to regulate AI, and it's a constantly changing landscape.
Things are moving so fast.
It's crazy.
Governments all over the world are trying to find that balance.
All right.
Encourage innovation, but also make sure AI is used responsibly and safely.
It's a tough job.
It really is.
And one of the most ambitious efforts is happening in Europe with their proposed AI Act.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It's like a whole framework for AI governance,
Mhm.
like a rule book for how AI should be developed and used.
It's pretty comprehensive.
The Act puts AI systems into different risk categories.
Right.
So higher risk applications, like in healthcare or law enforcement,
Yeah.
those face more scrutiny.
Which makes sense. We need to be extra careful when AI is making decisions that could have a big impact on people's lives.
Right.
But some people are worried that if the regulations are too strict,
Yeah.
it could stifle innovation.
So it's this balancing act.
Always a balancing act.
Too much regulation,
Yeah.
and we might slow down progress.
Right.
Too little,
Mm.
and who knows what could happen.
It's a tough call.
Finding that right approach is going to be key for the future of AI.
No doubt about it.
And it's not just governments that need to be involved.
Yeah,
Right?
no, absolutely not.
The public needs a voice in this too.
100%.
AI is going to impact everyone.
Everyone.
The AI Index report shows that people are becoming more aware of AI and what it could mean for them.
Which is a good thing.
Definitely.
That awareness puts pressure on governments and companies to actually do something about these concerns.
To make sure AI is used for good.
Exactly.
It's not enough to just focus on the tech itself.
Nope.
We have to think about the ethical and social implications too. And that brings us back to pharmaceuticals and life sciences, which we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
The Deloitte Tech Trends Report.
Yeah.
They highlight how AI is changing, not just how we discover and develop drugs, but also how we deliver healthcare.
They gave some really cool examples of how AI is being used in personalized medicine,
Personalized medicine.
tailoring treatments to each individual patient based on their genes and other things.
That's the future, right?
It is. Imagine treatments perfectly suited to your needs, minimizing side effects, maximizing effectiveness.
That would be incredible.
It would be revolutionary.
And AI is playing a big part in making that happen.
It's amazing to think about how this technology could transform healthcare.
It really is.
But it's not just healthcare that's being disrupted.
Right.
Businesses across all sorts of industries are finding new ways to use AI.
And the Deloitte Generative AI report really digs into that.
It does.
It shows how companies are using this tech to automate tasks, boost efficiency, even create totally new products and services.
We talked a lot about customer service.
Oh yeah, those AI chatbots you see on websites,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
might not be perfect yet.
But they can handle those simple questions.
The basic stuff,
And they're available 24/7.
which frees up human employees to deal with the more complicated stuff.
Exactly. And it can save companies money, too.
Makes sense.
The report also talked about how companies are using AI to write marketing copy, to write code, even design presentations.
It's like having a virtual assistant
It really is.
doing all those tedious tasks for you.
And it's not just about automation either.
Right.
AI can help companies make their customer experiences more personalized,
Oh, that's interesting.
like tailored recommendations and promotions.
So you get suggestions that are actually relevant to you.
Exactly.
That would make online shopping a lot better.
Yeah, it would.
No more random stuff that you'd never buy.
Exactly. And for businesses, that kind of personalization means more sales, more loyal customers.
It's a win-win.
It is.
But we talked earlier about the challenges of scaling up AI, of actually implementing these technologies.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
What are some of the hurdles that businesses are facing?
Well, data management and governance are still big ones.
Yeah,
The Deloitte report found that a lot of companies are struggling with data quality and security.
makes sense. Those are crucial for AI to work properly.
Absolutely.
It's like trying to build a house on a shaky foundation.
That's a good way to put it.
If the data is bad, the AI system isn't going to work.
And if the data isn't secure, it's vulnerable to hacks and misuse.
So companies really need to invest in good data infrastructure
Yeah.
and have clear rules about how data is accessed and used.
Privacy and security have to be top priorities from the very beginning.
Another challenge is the shortage of AI talent.
We talked about the brain drain from academia, right?
Yeah.
That competition for top AI experts is making it hard for companies to build their teams.
And expensive too, I bet.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a real bottleneck.
It is.
Companies need to invest in training programs.
Yeah, to upskill their current employees and attract new talent.
They need to create a work environment where AI experts want to be.
A place where they can thrive.
So implementing AI successfully, it's a lot more than just buying some software or hiring a few data scientists.
It's way more than that.
It takes careful planning, investment, and a commitment to doing things ethically.
It's a big undertaking.
And it involves everyone, not just companies.
Right.
We talked about the public's growing awareness of AI.
Yeah.
People are starting to ask tough questions.
They're realizing that this technology could change their lives, their jobs, their privacy.
And those questions need answers.
You do.
We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI.
Transparency is key.
We need to make this technology less mysterious, help people understand how it works, how it might be used.
The AI Index report actually highlights some of the main things people are worried about.
Like what?
One big one is job displacement.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid that AI will automate away their jobs.
It's a valid concern,
It is.
but it's important to remember that AI can also create new jobs.
Oh, for sure.
We're already seeing new roles emerging in data science, AI engineering, AI ethics.
It's not just about replacing humans with machines.
Right, it's about humans and machines working together,
Using AI to enhance human capabilities.
making us more productive, more efficient, more creative.
But even if AI creates more jobs than it destroys,
Yeah,
there's still going to be a need for retraining.
absolutely.
People will need to learn new skills to stay employable.
And that's where governments and educational institutions have a big role to play.
Right.
We need to invest in training programs that prepare people for the jobs of the future.
To make sure everyone benefits from the AI revolution.
Exactly.
Another big concern the AI Index report mentions is privacy.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
AI systems need a lot of data to work,
Tons of it.
and that data can include personal information.
So how do we protect our privacy in an AI-powered world?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
We need clear rules and regulations about how data is collected, used, and stored.
Absolutely.
People need to have control over their own data.
And we need technologies that protect privacy, like encryption and anonymization.
So we need to be both optimistic and cautious about AI.
That's the sweet spot.
Excited about its potential to solve problems and improve our lives, but also mindful of the risks.
And we need to work to minimize those risks.
It requires collaboration between governments, businesses, researchers, and the public.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI and making sure it's used for good.
Well said. Now let's zoom out a bit and talk about the big picture, the future of AI, and how it could impact our lives.
So many possibilities.
I know.
One thing to watch is the convergence of AI with other technologies.
Convergence.
Yeah, like AI merging with cloud computing, the Internet of Things, blockchain.
That sounds pretty futuristic.
It is. It opens up some incredible opportunities.
Like what?
Well, imagine cities where AI and the Internet of Things work together to optimize traffic flow,
Oh, wow.
minimize energy consumption, enhance public safety.
So smarter cities.
Exactly. Or think about AI and blockchain working together
Okay.
to create secure and transparent systems for managing data.
That's interesting.
These are just a few examples of how this convergence could transform our world. It's mind-blowing to think about.
And this transformation is being fueled by another trend, the democratization of AI.
Democratization. What does that mean?
It means AI is becoming more accessible to everyone.
Oh, interesting.
As the tools and platforms become easier to use, people without a lot of technical expertise can start using AI.
So it's not just for experts anymore.
Exactly. More people can participate in the AI revolution.
That's exciting.
It is, but it also comes with responsibility.
Right.
We need ethical guidelines and safeguards to make sure everyone uses AI responsibly.
So the future of AI is full of promise,
Yeah,
but also potential pitfalls.
definitely.
It's a powerful technology that can be used for good or for bad.
And the choices we make today will determine which path we take.
It's a time of both excitement and uncertainty.
It is.
We need a sense of wonder and a healthy dose of caution.
Well said.
And speaking of navigating this new world, let's talk about education.
Oh, yeah, education is crucial.
How do we prepare people for an AI-powered future? The AI Index report emphasizes the importance of AI literacy.
AI literacy.
It's not just about understanding the technical stuff.
Okay.
It's about understanding the basic concepts of AI.
Right.
Recognizing the potential benefits and risks.
Seeing how it's being used in different areas.
Exactly.
So it's about giving people the knowledge they need to make informed decisions.
About their careers, their personal lives, their role in society.
To thrive in a world that's constantly changing because of AI.
That's the goal.
And AI education shouldn't be limited to universities or special training programs.
No, it needs to be part of education at all levels.
From elementary school to lifelong learning.
We need to start early.
Make sure future generations are ready for an AI-powered world.
And it's not just about technical skills either.
Right.
Critical thinking, ethical reasoning, communication, those are essential too.
Those are skills that everyone needs regardless of their career.
Exactly.
We need to teach people how to think critically about AI.
To understand the ethical challenges.
To communicate their ideas effectively.
So AI education needs to be holistic.
It needs to draw on insights from lots of different fields.
Computer science, ethics, philosophy, social sciences.
It needs to prepare people not just for specific jobs, but for a future where AI is everywhere.
Exactly.
And to succeed in the AI-powered workforce,
Yeah.
people are going to need both technical skills and soft skills.
We need a combination.
The AI Index report talks about the growing demand for AI professionals.
We talked about that shift of talent to industry.
Yeah.
That demand is only going to get bigger as more companies adopt AI.
So those technical skills, like machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, robotics.
Those are going to be super valuable.
Knowing that stuff is going to be essential.
But those technical skills need to be combined with strong analytical and problem-solving skills.
You need to be able to actually apply those skills to real-world problems.
And you need to be able to explain your solutions to other people.
Good communication is key. And in a field that's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Soft skills like teamwork, adaptability, and creativity are becoming even more important.
They are.
It's not enough to just be a technical expert.
Nope.
You need to be able to work well with others.
To adapt to new challenges.
To come up with innovative solutions.
And this brings us to the role of research in AI.
Research is always pushing the boundaries.
It is, and the AI Index report tracks those trends.
What are they seeing?
The field of AI research is exploding right now.
In what way?
The number of publications and patents is skyrocketing.
Wow.
It reflects the growing interest in AI from both academia and industry.
Everyone wants to be a part of it.
And this research is focusing on some key areas.
Like what?
Developing more efficient algorithms, making AI systems easier to understand, tackling bias, and exploring the ethical and societal implications.
So it's not just about making AI more powerful.
Right.
It's also about making it more trustworthy, fair, and transparent. And the report stresses the importance of collaboration between researchers.
Yeah, in different countries and different sectors.
We need to break down those silos and work together to solve the big challenges.
To unlock the full potential of AI.
Well said. Now, what about the role of government in all of this?
Governments have a big part to play.
How so?
The AI Index report tracks government policies and initiatives related to AI.
Okay.
And it's clear that governments are starting to take this technology seriously.
They're realizing that AI is important.
Yeah, many countries are developing national AI strategies.
What are those strategies focused on?
Things like research and development, talent development, investing in infrastructure, and setting ethical guidelines.
So they're investing in AI, but they're also thinking about the ethical implications.
Absolutely.
And we talked earlier about the role of government in regulating AI.
Right.
They're starting to create rules and guidelines to make sure AI is developed and used safely, fairly, and responsibly.
And the report highlights the need for international collaboration on this front.
Right, because AI is a global technology.
It is.
We need to work together to create common standards.
To prevent a messy and inconsistent regulatory landscape.
It's like we're all exploring uncharted territory together.
Exactly.
And we need a shared map to guide us.
A map that takes into account the technological advancements.
But also the impact on the workforce and society.
Exactly.
The AI Index report offers some great insights into this complex issue.
It does.
We talked earlier about the potential for job displacement.
Yeah, but it's not just about AI replacing humans.
Right. It's also about AI creating new jobs and augmenting human capabilities.
It's about humans and machines working together, using each other's strengths.
But even if AI creates more jobs than it eliminates,
Yeah.
people will still need to retrain and learn new skills.
Absolutely.
And that's where governments and educational institutions come in.
They need to invest in training programs that prepare people for the jobs of the future.
To make sure everyone has the chance to benefit from the AI revolution. And of course, there's the issue of privacy.
Always a big one.
AI systems rely on tons of data.
So much data.
And that data can include personal information.
So how do we protect people's privacy in an AI-powered world?
It's a crucial question.
It is.
We need clear rules about how data is collected, used, and stored.
And individuals need to have control over their own data.
We need to develop privacy-enhancing technologies, like encryption.
So it seems like we need to approach AI with a mix of optimism and caution.
Excited about the possibilities, but also aware of the risks.
And we need to work together to minimize those risks,
It's a collaborative effort.
involving governments, businesses, researchers, and the public.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI and ensuring it's used for good.
And a big part of that is making sure individuals feel empowered to participate in the conversation.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is power. The more people understand about AI, the better prepared we'll be as a society.
And that's exactly what we're trying to do here with the deep dive.
We want to break down these complex topics, make the information accessible, and encourage people to think critically about the future of AI.
Because the future of AI is not set in stone.
It's something we're shaping right now.
Through the choices we make, the conversations we have, the actions we take.
Well said.
So let's keep this conversation going, everyone.
We'll be back soon with the final part of our deep dive into AI in 2024.
We'll explore some key takeaways and leave you with some food for thought. Wow. We've really explored a lot in this deep dive, haven't we? The advancements in AI, the whole responsible development side of things, and how this tech is impacting, well, it seems like every business and every industry out there.
It's been a lot, for sure, a real whirlwind tour of AI.
Yeah.
But I think our listeners have a good grasp now of the main trends and, the things they should be thinking about when it comes to AI in 2024.
I agree. But before we go, I want to touch on something we mentioned earlier. Public perception of AI. That 2024 AI Index report, it had some pretty fascinating data on that.
Yeah, they pointed out this interesting thing. So awareness of AI is going up around the world.
Right.
But at the same time, so is anxiety about its potential impact.
It's like people are fascinated by AI,
Yeah.
but also a little freaked out.
Makes sense.
And the numbers show that. In just 1 year, the percentage of people who think AI will, really change their lives, it jumped from 60% to 66%.
And more than half of the people they surveyed, 52% to be exact, said they feel nervous about AI products and services. That's up from last year, too.
Yeah, change can be a little scary, especially when we're talking about a technology as powerful as AI.
Totally. And I think that's why it's so important to have open and honest conversations about it,
Yeah,
We need to go beyond just the hype
right.
and really address those concerns that people have.
We need to help people understand AI.
Demystify it a bit
Explain both the good and the bad.
so everyone can really grasp it.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, right? The more people understand about AI,
Right.
the better we can, as a society, deal with the challenges and make the most of the opportunities.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the future. Remember, the world is changing faster than ever, and together, we're here to explore what's next. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share VVM Pod with a fellow explorer. Have a question or a topic you'd like us to cover? Reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep looking to the stars.